I'm Captain Collins, and this is the new Virpil Cadet Aeromax joystick. It's the first all-in-one solution from Virpil, combining the base and the grip into a single unit. The newly introduced Cadet lineup offers an almost unbeatable price-to-performance ratio. This new stick, priced at around $200, sits right next to the Cadet VMAX throttle and completes what might be the most affordable HOTAS system currently on the market. Keep in mind though, the launch price may increase slightly. Guess what? While I'm at my family's, the Virpil actually sent me an email about the stick confirming the prices for it. And the prices are for euro and British pounds, 189.95, so 190 euros and pound. $219.95, so $220 for the stick itself. The optional throttle or lever is 14.95 euro and pound and 19.95 US dollars. So there you go. These are the prices directly from Virpil through an email. Have fun, and now back to the video. I've had the chance to test this stick out for a while now, and I'd like to share my thoughts and give you a review that might make your buying decision a bit harder. Let's be honest, what's currently available on the market is a dream come true. There's something for everyone, whether you're aiming for a high-end feature or working with a limited budget. I've divided this review into 4 main sections: features, ergonomics, build quality, and value for price. And at the end, we'll also take a look at a few alternatives. So let's dive straight into the features. The Virpil joystick comes with 24 buttons and supports up to 8 axes, 2 of which can be added optionally, like this one here. The buttons include 3 4-way heads with push function, 4 standalone buttons, 1 beneath the thumbstick, a 2-stage lever at the front, and a dual-stage trigger. The axes include yaw, pitch, roll, a brake lever, 2 axes on the thumbstick, and the 2 optional axes via side-mounted levers. You can also lock the stick's twist axis by tightening a small screw at the grip, useful for flight simulations when using rudder pedals, for example. But what truly sets this stick apart at this price point, and what may be a key reason for many to buy, is the metal cam and spring mechanism. Internally, the Cadet Aeromax features characteristics usually reserved for higher-end models. While it's more compact and not designed for easy component swapping, it does allow operation with or without a center detent. That explains the excellent first impression when handling the stick. That's a very nice touch. In the stick's head, 2 LEDs indicate different statuses and functions. The right LED changes color when the 2-way switch in front of the trigger is pulled. The left LED changes when a middle toggle is flipped. This is a clever move by Virpil. It effectively turns 24 physical buttons into 36 by enabling a virtual layer, reassigning the thumb accessible buttons except the one below the thumbstick. Smart design. To access this functionality, however, you'll need to install Virpil's proprietary software. The new Cadet devices use their own simplified control software. I also recommend downloading the VPC joystick tester. It's a lifesaver when trying to figure out where you assigned that landing gear. What was it? Button 35. Oh yeah, okay, that one. All in all, Virpil has packed a lot into this joystick without making it overwhelming. But how well does it actually handle? Let's check out the ergonomics. For context, my hand is 19 centimeters long with a circumference of 20 centimeters. This review is based on that hand size. The stick provides ample grip space for my hand. I can hold it comfortably and make small adjustments easily. The resting position is ergonomic with no buttons getting in the way. The palm rest is fixed but can be unlocked and adjusted via a dial, allowing for quick tweaks, though it's the only part of that stick that can be adjusted. Starting from the bottom, the brake lever is positioned off to the side, not directly in front of the fingers as with similar sticks. It takes a little getting used to, but ends up being more comfortable and doesn't obstruct quick grip transitions. It's lightly textured and curved, which makes it easier to operate. The pinky button is also a bit unconventional. Instead of a standard round button, there's a pressure pad of sorts. It looks cool, but it's hard to reach with my ring finger. Not even with my pinky finger, I can't even get there. That's really uncomfortable. It almost seems designed to be activated with a second hand in emergency situations or something like that, where the hand is pressing the button there with your palm. And when you get your second hand, it's like pressing it and you're like going like that way. I'm not quite sure. It's actually an odd design choice. The 4-way thumb pad is standard for this price range, as is the dual stage trigger. But there's an unusual 2-step lever placed just before the trigger. It has a notch on the side for easier access and can be lightly pressed as a button. When pulled, it works as a toggle, with its second actuation point located before the main trigger. You can't pull both at once, like for example on the Constellation Alpha, which is right here, where you can go full back and combine these two. See that? Maybe it's meant to arm missiles before firing or for other layered controls, particularly useful in space sims. The most awkward placed control is a side button for the index finger, right there. I found it nearly impossible to press without letting go of the stick, since it's recessed and really difficult to reach. I really miss the simple and intuitive 2-way button from the Constellation Alpha here. On the other hand, the overall thumb control is nearly flawless, except for one minor thing. I love the rearwarded position thumbstick. It's much more comfortable and easy to reach. No more tendonitis. Yay, I had to write that down, by the way. The small wide-rimmed button is also incredibly satisfying to press. One of those buttons you hit just because it feels good. The red button, however, is a bit too far away for my hand size. Taller users might have no issues with that, but that's the only little flaw there. The stick is entirely made of plastic, but it's a high-quality, tactile plastic that in some places I had to double-check to confirm if it wasn't metal. Like the brake lever, for example. Unfortunately, the trigger does not feel quite as solid. It feels a bit toy-like, probably because of the light actuation and high-pitched click. The advantage of plastic is that the stick doesn't feel cold initially to the touch. The downside, of course, is reduced thermal conductivity, which can cause sweaty hands during longer sessions. I've come to appreciate the benefits of metal components for that reason. Still, the moving parts on that stick are butterly smooth. Virpil's expertise in mechanical precision really shines here, except for the trigger. Everything feels solid and responsive. Maybe they'll update the trigger in the future versions. If so, I'll be sure to report back to you. The base plate, however, is made of metal and is nice and heavy. keeping the stick firmly in place. I had issues with other brands sliding around but not here. Given how smooth the stick operates, the weight is more than enough. Of course, Virpil will offer desk and chair mounts for this stick, just like with their other models. It also connects via USB-C, although it only requires USB 2.0 for data, confirmed, by the way, directly with Virpil, so you don't need to waste a valuable USB 3.0 port. The metal cam and spring mechanism I mentioned earlier, that's a huge plus at this price point. It's likely to put pressure on competitors. One caveat, though, the grip is not interchangeable. It's permanently attached to the base, not like the other products from Virpil. With a price tag of around $200, this stick delivers a premium experience for a mid-ranged budget. Yes, you're trading off metal construction for high-grade plastic, but the functionality and performance more than make up for it. The button and axis layout is more than enough for most use cases. It's clearly aimed at space sim players rather than minimalistic flight sim fans. And those players will find this to be the perfect expansion of Virpil's cadet lineup. As a full HOTAS solution under 500 euros, it punches far above its weight in terms of features and overall quality. The optional side levers can't fully replace a dedicated throttle though, but they're vastly better than what many competitors offer. If you're only getting that stick for gaming without the throttle, I highly recommend adding those in as well. The most direct competitor is the Gladiator NXT Evo, which I've been referring throughout this entire review. It has similar design and price point, but features a simpler internal structure. It's fully plastic even internally, with adjustable springs as the only hardware tweak. Functionally, it's on par minus the brake leather, though VKB includes some additional buttons on the base here. Next one is the Thrustmaster's T1600M. That's the budget option, but it's not really in the same league. Yes, it costs less than half the price of the Virpil stick, and it has basic buttons and axes, but the user experience is miles apart. I mean, single stage trigger, only one head for your thumb, and 3 buttons is all you got where your hands are. All the other controls need to be controlled around the base, which is not very optimal for immersive space sim. Saving up for the Virpil or the VKB is definitely worth it. Thrustmaster sticks also tend to be a little bit more fragile under heavy use, though time will tell how the Cadet will hold up in that regard. In the same price range, we also got the Turtle Beach with their Velocity 1 sticks, the Wing with their Ursa Minor, and Logitech with their X52 series and slightly more expensive X56 systems. I haven't tested all of these personally, but I have linked a colleague's video review below. Mish has way more experience with these lesser known setups. Also, stay tuned for Thrustmaster's upcoming Solar series, which I'll be testing as soon as I can get my hands on. So, what do you think about the new Virpil joystick? The team in Lithuania really delivered something special here. If you're curious about the story behind the review, you can get access to exclusive behind-the-scenes content by becoming a channel member. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching, and until next time, fly safe.